Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a late night video here coming out. There's just huge stuff. CIA, FBI, both colluded against Trump. They've had to admit it. We've also got some other stuff. Basically, all the top pollsters coming out and saying we've never seen anything like this. This is historic in terms of polling. Really the first time a Republican candidate has controlled the polls like this since at least 2004, definitely in the Twitter age, definitely in the majority of the internet age. Nate Silver coming out admitting this is crazy. A lot of young liberals lashing out right now and struggling to cope with the reality. So we do have, this is the first thing I wanted to mention when it comes to the Trump debate. You can see this was the graph I was looking for, and I'm sure the Trump people are probably looking for the GDP adjusted for inflation. You can see change in household net worth since the start of presidency, Trump versus Biden. You can see the months down there, and it seems like, at least according to the top graph, both Trump and Biden performing very similar. But when you go to the bottom graph, you adjust it for inflation. Biden's was in the negatives there for a little bit, adjusted for inflation. So Biden touts the economy, the stock market, and yet Americans really are not, in terms of their net worth, they're not worth much more, maybe at 1 or 2% more than when Biden came in because of the crippling inflation. And so that's why the economy argument makes no sense. This is net worth of normal, everyday Americans. It's been totally stagnant, which is horrible, for a first world country, especially the last 3 years, especially a country that has the economy that America does. But that goes to show you the effect inflation has overall. Let's take a look at this. Holy shit, special counsel Jack Smith has admitted the FBI added cover sheets to alleged classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. And this actually came out, I heard about this a few months ago, in a Joe Rogan clip where they were like, well, this is normal procedure. We always do this. We have to add, the classified label over the documents and then take a picture of it because it could be information that we don't want to let out. So then we take the picture after adding the big classified bold paper. And then all the mainstream idiot Democrats say, Trump's an idiot. You've got classified right there, and he still had these papers. No, this is the protocol. They put the papers over it and take the picture so you cover the information from getting out if it is secret. And then they say, well, this is just how we do it. It's not like we're treating Trump any different. But you basically enabled them to manipulate the story and act like Trump is this big dummy and he has all these papers with classified on them when that's simply not the case. It is purposefully ignorant what they did because they wanted a story and it was 5 or 6 days and all the top Democrats were like, oh my God, it's got classified on it. And they went into his bathroom and took all those photos. You remember that? They were like investigating Melania Trump's underwear, they said. They were talking about that, trying to look for documents in the underwear. It's out of control what they were doing, and then they try and weasel out of this. This is not a new thing, though. It's not like he just admitted this. This has been known, and that's what they do in terms of taking photos of evidence that could be, deemed not for public eye. They will put a piece of paper that says classified over it. The problem is all the dumbass Democrats said, oh my God, Trump's an idiot. There's classified right there. Why would he have those papers? No, that's added after. It's like a shield for when they actually take the photos. And we've also got this. CNN is just going ballistic right now when it comes to censoring people from commenting on this debate. It's totally fair use. Everyone knows it. But CNN, because they want all the viewers, they want total damage control. We know they're going to release their fake snapshot poll 10 minutes after the debate where they oversample Democrats and say Biden won probably at about like a 64-65% clip. So that'll be coming out about 15 minutes after. They'll be like, oh my God, Biden won it. It's the same thing with the State of the Union. Remember, they had a snap poll 5 minutes after, and they had Biden, with like, oh, people liked what he said, and you watch the State of the Union, he's totally deranged, he's screaming, he's just so vile, so disgusting. Everything wears off the second half of the State of the Union, he's incoherent. And then they say, oh, American people approved of the State of the Union in a snap poll. Elon Musk comes out and says the public has a right to see presidential debates however they would like. So Musk is not agreeing to this. This is why it's so important Musk has X to be able to protect this. And before Musk took over Twitter, it was a total cesspool on every major social media. We know that. But Musk is standing up and saying no on X. And apparently Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will be watching the debate or live streaming the debate on X and reacting to it live. So if you do want to watch like reactions to it from people, I would imagine it's going to be through X, because they are like all the big YouTube channels. They're all coming out and saying they've sent us emails saying that we will sue you for copyright if you live react to the debate with sound and everything like that. That's how bad it's gotten with CNN. And part of it you can understand in terms of the greediness from them to where they want all the viewers, because you will get a lot of people that all they want to watch is the reaction to the debate. They might, want to watch the debate too, but they want to see their top, influencers or the people that they watch, their reaction to the debate in real time. And they obviously, those type of people would be watching YouTube. They would not be watching CNN, and it would not help their ratings. We've also got this major news coming out with new information showing the CIA contractors colluded with Biden and his campaign to discredit the Hunter Biden laptop story. That is according to a report. And of course, you go back to late October of 2020, I'll set the table for the entire thing. You had the Democrats with zero October surprise on Trump. That's why in 2024, they're going to also likely have no October surprise. They wasted everything in 2016 with the pussy story, bringing that back from like 15, 20 years, resurrecting that. They got all the hit pieces then. Trump still beats Hillary. And then in 2020, because remember, in 2016, Hillary and the Democrats blamed the email thing that came out a few days before as to why Hillary lost. Now the Hunter Biden thing comes out. It's another October surprise that would hurt the Democrats. They said it's not going to happen. All the top social media's already admitted, Zuckerberg admitted on Rogan that the top intelligence agencies came to us and said, watch out for Russian disinformation, anything that tarnishes the Democrats. Basically what they said, anything that tarnishes the Democrats, make sure, you remove it. It's all disinformation. The Russians are controlling everything. They didn't exactly say the Democrats, but obviously they knew that they had nothing on Trump. There was going to be no October surprise. The only thing that could happen would be a negative story for the Democrats. That's exactly what happened. And then not only did they immediately, look at what Twitter did. Didn't they indefinitely suspend the New York Post for reporting on a story that was true? Oh my God. And it wasn't only that. They get like 51 former CIA government workers that previously worked there to come together and say, oh, this is totally fake. It turns out they're all against Trump. They hate Trump. And they even said that, well, the story's real. We don't care. We do it again because Trump's such a threat. So they're admitting that they helped Biden, and they put out, because for them, it wasn't enough to just have Facebook and Twitter censor it. They needed that extra oomph. That's why they had the 51 CIA officials come out and former officials come out and say, oh, this is total, this reeks, you know what they said? It reeks of Russian disinformation. Oh my God, the word disinformation and misinformation, just terrible. You can see Hunter Biden, laptop letter. Oh yeah, look at the bottom point on this. Officials at the CIA knew the statement was political. Oh my God. You think? They literally released it. It's negative information against one candidate a week before the election. Obviously, it's going to be political, trying to denounce that. So they're like playing, oh, they knew it was political. Everyone knew it was political. What are we talking about? We've also got this. A judge has halted further student loan forgiveness under part of Biden's new repayment plan. The order from a federal judge in Missouri temporarily prohibits the Biden administration from canceling federal loans under the SAVE plan. And if you look at this SAVE plan, oh my God, is it horrible. They're trying to erase $20,000 in student debt for 43 million people. That can't be right. That cannot, no, seriously, that can't be right. And it's also funny if you look in this article, I don't know where it is, but I saw it. this new like Biden thing that they're really rolling out and trying to jam and really pay for some of these student loans. They were trying to roll out their big plan July 1st. It's just all so coordinated. Oh, July 1st of an election year. No, it's a coincidence. And then you get like the student loan forgiveness check, and it's like the Biden-Harris campaign has just erased all of your student loans. And obviously, the Supreme Court said, no, it's completely unconstitutional. You can't buy votes. That's ridiculous. I guess Biden found some sort of workaround. And now you have a judge saying, come on, this is absurd. It's not happening. There's no way those numbers are right. $20,000 for 43 million people. That cannot be right. That is stimulus level. You guys remember the stimulus checks? We did not need the third stimulus. I never got money in any of the stimulus checks. Trump did it because he kind of had to, limiting people's ability to work. But that third stimulus check that Biden approved in like 2021, it was ridiculous. You get like $1,400 per kid. And the stimulus checks are a huge problem in terms of hurting inflation. The stimulus checks are death when it comes to inflation. We need to try and avoid stimulus checks any means necessary. It was $5 trillion total. It crippled and it totally destroyed us in terms of the inflation. So it's good to see this get ruled, although it did say temporarily. I'm sure they're still going to try and push this by and get a lot of those student loans forgiven to try and get the young kids to go out and vote for them. But either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.